Boy, I tell you what, it's a damn shame to see Alabama football in such poverty, ain't it? Poverty program. Alabama's getting absolutely humiliated in the first half against Texas A&M. Now, I'm a Georgia fan. I've seen Alabama get humiliated in the first half a few times myself and then come back and win. We'll see what happens here. This one's in Texas A&M. This one ain't, so we'll see. But Alabama does not look good. A couple of turnovers already. Bryce Young running for his life on several occasions. Texas A&M sacked him a few times. Texas A&M's running game going pretty well. They've hit some passes downfield. That quarterback for Texas A&M is playing by far the best game he's ever played in his entire life. He's looked terrible the last couple of weeks. That Calzada for Texas A&M, who's actually their backup, Haynes King, got hurt a few weeks ago. He's having a game of his life here. There was at one point in the second quarter where he didn't have any incompletions at all. In fact, the first incompletion he threw wasn't even an incompletion. It was an interception. He did have an interception. Alabama picked one off. It was a bad pass by Calzada, too. But Texas A&M, I mean, pretty much everything is going right for Texas A&M so far in the first half of this game, and they're up on the Poverty Gumps 24-10. It just really is a shame to see Alabama football in such disarray. It's a crying shame, really. Now, UncleLou's been telling you for 2 weeks Georgia's the best team in America, and they are. And if by some miracle Alabama comes back and beats an absolute terrible doo-doo team like Texas A&M, Georgia will still be the best team in America. I've had Georgia #1 in the UncleLou poll for 1 week. That's right. Last week, I finally moved Georgia ahead of Alabama. Y'all clown me. If this keeps up, every single poll in America is going to have Georgia ahead of the poverty program known as the Alabama Crimson Tide. That's one of the worst halves of football I've seen Alabama play in a long time. So I'll give some, credit to Texas A&M. Great game plan by Jimbo Fisher. Defense is playing great. The offense is playing good. The crowd is going nuts there. In College Station, Texas A&M's got all those fake military guys running around in the ROTC clothes that are 2 sizes too small, twirling their wooden guns and shit. And it's making things tough for Bryce Young and that Alabama offense. It's just a shame. It's just a shame to see Alabama fall off like this and get humiliated. Primetime national TV like they are. But the reality is, Alabama hasn't played great all year. They just haven't. They only beat Ole Miss by 21. They gave up 21 points to Ole Miss. They gave up 14 points to Mercer. They almost lost to Florida. This ain't your daddy's Alabama team here we're watching, unfortunately. And Texas A&M is exposing Alabama for the poverty-ridden team that it is in 2021. So there's your halftime report. Alabama losing to Texas A&M 24-10. We'll see what happens in the second half. Kentucky all over the corn dog, too. What is that, 21-7? My God, how's that possible? I'm glad Kentucky's winning. Let Kentucky come to Athens next week undefeated. How many ranked teams in a row does Georgia need to beat? We beat Arkansas, top 10 at the time. Beat Auburn, top 20 today. We'll beat Kentucky. Kentucky might be top 10 if they win this game. We'll see who wins and loses ahead of them. We'll beat Kentucky next week. Florida will be ranked when we beat them in 3 weeks. We play Kentucky next week, Georgia does, then a bye week, then Florida. All we do is beat ranked teams week after week after week after week after week after week after week. Has Alabama beat a ranked team? Asking for a friend. Think they beat Ole Miss? I don't know. Losing to Texas A&M at halftime, though. What a shame. What a shame. What a Nebraska-Michigan game sure is boring, too. I thought that would be an exciting game, and it's a close game, but it's been a boring game to watch. Anyway, if you got any Alabama friends, what the hell's wrong with you? If you got Alabama friends, keep them in your thoughts. They're having a rough night, but such is the life of a poverty program.